The following program was produced by CTV Community Television.
If there's no discussion on the bill, I will entertain a motion to pay the township attorney.
Is there, I'm not, I think the webinar is next week through the MTA, but, so the word I was thinking of when I was talking the other day is a moratorium. Is it possible to say that we can?
A moratorium is good as until the first company takes you to court for the first day. Okay. There's no need to do a moratorium. Nobody's coming in with a data center right now.
So you're thinking what that would do is restrict it.
What's that?
Restrict where it is. That's the ultimate goal of that.
To do the research.
Is that what you're?
We have a pretty unique situation in our community with we have the largest swath of land in the state that can't obtain water in wells. That right there restricts a data center from our community to a point. So the footprint of a data center, they're looking to build 200 to 300 megawatt complexes. Our community cannot support more than a 3 megawatt complex. And that restricts them to a 20,000 square foot footprint with a 40,000 foot total building size. So it'd be a 2-story building about 135 by 135 feet. And the principles of planning and zoning, we can contain them to a certain district. So I've been doing the research for about 6 months on it, and I wasn't going to put it out there this soon. I was going to wait, but I've had a lot of phone calls within the last 4 weeks regarding what we're doing on it. They are a big search engine with the initial G is looking to put a large, I don't know if it's a hyper center, data center, but a very large data center in East China Township, and they like to cluster. So this would just pretty much, you can't do exclusionary zoning. You can't eliminate something from coming, but our unique situation allows us to contain how large it is, so it doesn't drain the resources of the community. Okay. And that's where we're in a very unique position to do that. Okay. And we're one of the only communities in the state, from my research, that has the ability to do the type of ordinance that I wrote. I mean, it's very restrictive, and like I said, from my research, it's pretty much the most restrictive in the state, and should hold up. I'm just waiting for clarification from the attorney, but I think we're going to be in good shape. Like I say, you can't ban anything, but you can control it, and that's how we can control it.
You said it's a 20,000 square foot building?
It'd be a 20,000 square foot max footprint. So, and that's about 100.
A small one. You said there's another big one in East China.
They're looking at one in East China that I heard, and it would be going on the old plants property, the old DTE plants property. I don't have any more details than that.
I'm just wondering what is big and what is small. I'm just trying to get it around my head. 20,000. That's not a big building, but
for instance, the one they're talking about putting in Washington Township is a rather large one.
Okay.
The one in Saline that they're trying to stop again right now is, I think that would be considered a hyperscale data center. And those range between 200 and 500 megawatts. I mean, very, very, very large centers. And they eat up a lot of resources.
Do they have a lot of employees?
No.
Those maybe have 60 employees, those 60? That size, that's it. So it's not, a center that size is not viable for our resources, and this pretty much limits the size of anything that would come here to the max of what our resources would allow.
Gotcha.
And I'll have more information on that. Once I get approval from the attorney, I'll post the sample ordinance as it goes in front of the planning commission. Mm-hmm. And then they can make their, amendments or changes or decide that the way it's written is right. I mean, they may not want it as strict as I have it. I don't think I can legally do it any more strict than I have. So we'll see how that works out. Like I say, it's with the attorneys, and it'll be interesting. So, yeah, with that, I'll entertain a motion to pay the invoice to the township attorney.
I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor by roll call vote.
Greg?
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 6, request to review and approve proposed estimate for electrical service to remove old lighting and replace with current technologically LED fixtures. We had some lights go out in the building here, and the last time these lights the last time they were changed was about 15 years ago. They're all, I can't think of the term. Anyway, the fluorescent lighting. So at that time, that was the most efficient technology. DTE is offering rebates for upgrades. And we can switch all of these, the same fixtures that are up here now, but they would be converted to LED lights, and they would last many, many years longer than what these are lasting. And it would be the proper lighting for the office. It wouldn't be, I mean, you can see some of these are different colored lights. And so, and I have to look back in here. I don't remember the amount off the top of my head.
What?
$1,748.
Okay, so that's all of the lights plus the can lights. So all of the can lights and all of the fluorescent lights would be changed. We already changed 2.
You are there. It's right there. I did want to ask a question on there.
Yeah.
Because it does say there's a DTE rebate included of $3 per, so that has already been taken out of this cost?
Yes, he's already taken that out. So, I mean, what do I think it's 30 some odd light fixtures on the one. So it's 23 6-inch recess lights.
And 66 according to
66
this.
of these lights. So, I mean, that's a lot of lights considering what light bulbs cost. It's a good price. I mean, it's up to you guys. If you guys wanted to make that change, I'll take a question from Don.
Is this a bulk change, a fixture change?
They have to take out the
Ballast.
ballast, and then they wire something else in there in its place, and then put LED strip lights in there. So yeah, and it's basically a complete replacement rather than replace the whole fixtures, because we just had everything repainted. If we took the fixtures down, then everything that they didn't paint underneath those fixtures. So it's a cheaper way to go, and it gives us a rebate, and it's more efficient. I mean, is this something you guys?
Do you guys even use the recess lights?
What's that?
Do you even use pocket lights?
Well, there's pocket lights in the hallway,
Yeah.
and
Here too.
and in here too. Sometimes we use them, depends, but they're in here. I mean,
We don't
what do you
have-
guys think?
We don't have a switch on this side for those, so they never get turned on.
Where's the switch at?
There's 3 switches on that side.
Oh,
I don't know, every time I come in here, the lights are already on, so I don't,
Right.
I mean, what do you guys think?
I'm cool with it, cause, I mean, how much is it costing to replace these?
The only thing I am concerned about is budget at this moment. We are coming to the end of the budget cycle.
Can we approve this to be done under the new budget? Can we just say, if I budget this into the new budget, we can throw this into the 2026, 27 budget?
Well, we can't pay for something now and
No.
put,
Well, we can't approve it now to get it done in April or May. Because then we can just put this on unfinished business and bring it up
I was gonna
after
say,
the April meeting.
it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I mean, it's either table it and put it on April's meeting and then do it, or say yes now and do it in April. I mean, it's really,
Did you check the budget? Are we pretty much right there?
I mean,
We're tight.
we're over
The water
on
main
some
breaks killed
and
us.
it's, yes, absolutely. Water is the biggest issue, but
Well, the quote expires on the 16th, so I don't know.
I mean, anyway, anybody wants to make a motion to either table this until the April meeting, and I will put this in the budget for the 26, 27, we can prove it then, or we can decide not to do it now, or we can decide to do it now. It's up to you guys. When he came in and fixed those, the last time John from Sideline did this the last time, he did the light fixtures, and he handles our electrical repairs. We had some things going on, so we had to get him in here to fix that. And
Do you think, Lisa did bring up a point here, it's the estimate expires on the 16th. Do you think he will uphold it longer?
wow, February 16th.
I don't think it would change much.
Today's the 11th, right?
Yeah.
I can't picture it changing that much either.
No.
What's
I
that?
said I can't picture it changing.
No, I
that
can't see it
much.
changing that much. I mean, we can approve it and just tell them.
I mean, honestly, budget-wise, we are,
We're there.
for the township hall, we're at 100% there, 102% there,
We got
99% there.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got 1 month to go, which we're pretty tight. So
Why don't we just
Just
table this thing
table it
until
until
we're into the new
Table
budget
it until
year?
April?
Yeah.
and I'll give John a call and let him know. Ask him if he'll honor this at the April meeting, or if he can re-up the budget or re-up the estimate, whatever it needs, and we'll go from there. But I think it's a good idea that we do it. I mean, the different color lighting makes it hard on the people who are working on the computers. I get it.
I don't know, I've heard a lot of bad things about those LED lights though. Messing with your brain.
Well, I can't be any worse than a cell phone. All right, so we have a motion to table this till the April meeting. Do I have a second?
No second.
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg?
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion to table carries. Item number 7, request to approve payment to St. Clair County Chapter of the Michigan Township Association annual dues in the amount of $25. Man, that price just keeps getting higher every year, $25. I'll entertain a motion to make our annual payment to the St. Clair County Chapter of MTA.
Oh, motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor by roll call vote?
Greg?
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carries. The items everyone's here for. Item number 8, review of map amendment for parcel ID number 1776906000, officially known as 8540 North River Road, Critney Jarvis. We've got the recommendation from the Planning Commission, recommendation from the Planning Advisors, McKenna, and the recommendation from the Metro Planning Commission. We'll start out by saying there was only a couple of things that the Metro Planning Commission pointed out, which I want to address, and I know this has been an ongoing issue between the neighbors, so I want to know if there's been any movement on that, so I may ask you guys a question real quick. Where was it? They recommended it, and they said that you guys are kind of, you'll remain in non-conforming according to zoning because of the setbacks and whatnot, but they did call and question me about the,
It's right here.
yeah, I got it.
Starts right there. But although the proposed
Yeah.
would be.
It talks about the proposed zoning district, although the proposed use would be considered a pre-existing non-conforming use in R1. I see no problem with that. They bring out the setbacks, you guys, it says the property has a lot width of 50 feet, a depth of 215, and is approximately 11,395 square feet. So we're a little bit skinnier on the lot, so that keeps you guys non-conforming. But you're an R1, or you'd be rezoning to an R1. The existing dwelling does not adhere to the minimum required front yard setback or north side yard setbacks requirements. Lastly, and this is the question, because I know there's contention, is the existing storage shed does not meet the minimum required rear yard setback requirements. I know there's some contention on where that sits on the property line. Has there been any movement, or is anybody making any progress on either moving the garage or?
We don't want to. Gotta have a conversation.
And what is that conversation? I'm
It
sorry.
hasn't happened.
with Mr. Iannucci.
I mean, have you guys moved on doing anything to correct it, or?
We can't make it, we have options, but we don't know what makes most sense without talking to Roger. I mean, he's got to be in the conversation.
Okay. I'm willing to set up and be a mediator between the two of you guys if that is what it'll take to make progress on this. Because I know the building department has mentioned that we're now getting into, with the stop work order on the building, we're getting into 6 or 7 months where where it becomes a nuisance per se. I don't have a problem approving this. I mean, we've got 3 recommendations. As long as we're going to, within the next couple of weeks, let's set up a meeting and decide how we're gonna make progress on this. And if it has to be done through the courts, then let's get it done, let's do something, because we got 2 issues tonight, and this is one of them. And so that you guys know, I wanna see progress. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Is that an in-person?
What's that?
Will that be an in-person meeting or a Zoom?
Yeah, I'll set up an in-person meeting. I think he's in Florida right now, he should be back.
Yeah,
But let's make some progress,
okay.
and see if we can't get that resolved. Because then it's like I said, the stop work order then throws it into a nuisance per se. And I don't want the township to take action on that. I would rather make this amicable between neighbors and figure out a solution. Fair enough? Does anybody else have anything else to add before I'll make the motion on this? But is there anything else wants to add on this rezoning?
No, I'm good with it.
So I will entertain a motion to approve the rezoning
Are you
request.
making the motion, or are you?
What's that?
Are you-
I'm sorry, I'm making the motion to approve based on the fact that we're gonna have an in-person meeting to resolve the situation on the rear property setbacks and building. So I motion to approve the map amendment for parcel ID 17769-006-000, formerly known as 8540 North River Road. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg,
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 9, review of map amendment for parcel ID 17-769-001-000, formerly known as 8518 North River Road, residents of the Shoffs. Again, we went through the planning commission, we went through our planners, and the St. Clair County Metro Planning Commission, with recommendations from all 3. So I see no issues with this. It solves the non-conforming issue that was with the property. There's nothing really major to point out. The Metro Planning Commission said the proposed rezoning is compatible with existing land use. It's consistent with the township's future land use. It's consistent with the township's master plan goals and objectives, and it's consistent with the St. Clair County master plan. Was there anything that stuck out at any of the planning commission meetings, Chris, regarding this one? This one pretty straightforward.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Any other thing you want to add,
I
Rachel?
was just curious, if you could define what map amendment was, or
It amends the map from a business, it amends the zoning map so that it's no longer a B2 commercial property. It becomes an R1 residential zoned property. So the maps, we're getting all, as we do the master plan process, all new maps will be made. So then this will now be labeled as an R1 property on any new zoning maps that come out.
and when
Is
does
that
that
the
become
zoning
official?
map there?
No, that's not the zoning map. There's one in
It
my,
looks very similar to that, and just, if you see like the different colors on each of these maps, that they're different, what's it called, zones. So it just changes what the map says about your piece of property, that's all, so.
Well, that way I was just curious, so I could like notify my insurance company if they would need documents or anything like that. I would either able to give it to them, or if they request from you guys, or.
Yeah.
So essentially, and I don't wanna block everybody, but, so right now, this is the zoning map. The last one, this one was done in 2004. We really haven't had an updated printed map since then. We've made little maps that we hang on the wall, and it's next to this map. But this is you guys down here where it's all B2. So the new map, when we come out with the new master plan, we'll have all the correct parcels in this community that are already zoned the way they are. And any future changes that we make during the master plan, if any. So yeah, you guys will then become a yellow parcel. The parcels that are zoned will be yellow. So if anybody had any questions about that, that's the map that we have currently. And yeah, like I say, it hasn't been updated since '04. We haven't had an updated printed one. Which hopefully next year we'll have one. So if you didn't have anything else to add, there was nothing major on that one. I'll entertain a motion to approve the map amendment from B2 to R1 for parcel ID number 17-769-001-000, formerly known as 8518 North River Road. Do I have, well, I guess I'll make that motion. So do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg,
Yes.
Angela, yes, Sarah,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 10, review of map amendment for parcel ID number 17-769-005-001, formerly known as 8528 North River Road. Is that the actual address? Has that one got an address?
Yeah.
Okay. The requested rezoning is from B2 to RM1. And, I know you guys at the Planning Commission this has been up at the Planning Commission for quite some time. It went through several meetings, lots of contention. We had, our Planning Commission recommended denying the request. The planning advisors had advised to approve the request. I'm just gonna read a couple things from the Metro Planning Commission, and then I'll read something else on this one, because like I said, this was the most contentious one of the bunch. Item number 3 on the Metro Planning Commission's analysis: will the proposed rezoning substantially decrease the value of or be out of harmony with property in the neighboring area? Their answer is no. One of the things they listed, and I highlighted here, is therefore it is anticipated a residential development would benefit the neighboring parcel's property values as opposed to some of the higher density commercial uses permitted by right under the current general business zoning district. The value of building a single-family residence with no riverfront access would be far less than the proposed multifamily residence. Their question number 4 is, will the proposed rezoning materially endanger the public health or safety? And the last sentence says, the impact generated by residential townhomes will likely cause less impact than the majority of commercial uses permitted under the current B2 zoning district. Question number 6 is, would the rezoning constitute a spot zone granting a special privilege to one landowner not available to others? And their answer to that was no. The surrounding land is planned for residential in the future, and there are other nearby parcels along River Road that are zoned as RM1, including a nearby apartment complex. And one of the ones that they mention is pretty much kitty corner to this parcel on the river. And then under,
I'm sorry, what spot is that?
right on the curve is an RM1 property. It's zoned RM1. It was rezoned to RM1 several years ago. It's even on this map as RM1.
That's the one behind the fence?
No, it's It's the one with the duplex right on the curve with the extra, it's like 2 lots. So, the other thing they point out is under Cottrellville Township's master plan. Our master plan is to accommodate housing in a variety of styles and price ranges in order to accommodate residents of all income levels. Provide for development of limited higher density housing such as apartments, townhomes, and senior housing restricted to areas with adequate utility and transportation systems in place. To concentrate future commercial uses near Marine City in areas that will be complementary to the area's existing commercial centers. Now mind you, this is our current master plan. Maintain and promote the continued residential character of the St. Clair River Road corridor. And to encourage higher density residential development within the St. Clair River corridor and at other locations where sanitary sewer and municipal water and service is provided. So in considering this rezoning request, I want to clearly state that I understand the concerns expressed by the Planning Commission. I've clearly read their minutes, and I hope you guys have as well, their deliberations and the statements made by the public during the hearing. I also hope that Mr. Iannucci has taken those concerns into account and will address them thoroughly if and when he brings a development plan back before the Planning Commission for review. At the same time, I want to explain why approval of this rezoning is not only lawful, but proper. Based on the master plan, the St. Clair County Metropolitan Planning Commission's recommendation, and our planning advisor's guidance. The future land use map for this corridor identifies the area as waterfront residential, meaning the long-term policy direction is to move away from B2 commercial entitlements and toward residential use. Approving a residential zoning classification brings the parcel in closer alignment with our adopted planning policies and reduces nonconformity, which is a core objective of our modern planning practice. Additionally, the St. Clair County Metropolitan Planning Commission has already recommended approval of related rezonings along the same stretch because they are consistent with both the township and county master plans. Their analysis provides independent third-party validation that residential zoning is the correct direction for this corridor. Our planning consultants have also emphasized that rezoning decisions must follow the well-established criteria of master plan consistency, compatibility with surrounding uses, infrastructure capacity, traffic considerations, and reduction of nonconformities. Applying those standards to this case, the record supports that moving from B2 to a residential district is the more appropriate and defensible planning outcome. I want to make clear that I don't take rezoning lightly. As I've stated before and many times before, our township has some serious zoning issues, many of them long-standing, and we are working to correct them through our new master plan process. Improving the integrity and consistency of our zoning map is essential to that effort. Under the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act, rezoning is a legislative decision of the Township Board, and it is our responsibility to review the entire record, not just the Planning Commission's recommendation. And it's our job to make an independent legislative judgment. In this case, based on the master plan, the County Metro Planning Commission's recommendation, our planning consultant's criteria, and the need to correct legacy zoning inconsistencies along River Road, I believe that approving this rezoning is the proper decision for the township. With that said, I want you guys to put anything out there you want. Does anybody have anything to say before we?
Well, the people that are on our planning commission actually live here and are residents, and so the Metropolitan and the people that are the consultants that we've hired, they don't live here. And so I know that reading all the notes and understanding what the residents here want, they would like it to be R1, not RM1. So.
Well, moving to residential zoning allows, even going to an RM1, we cannot deny a rezoning based on what somebody might build. Because the ability for someone to build a single-family residence on an RM1, I mean, there's a whole list of things that they can build on an RM1. We cannot legally deny rezoning based on somebody wanting that to be R1. It is currently B2.
Right.
If we do not rezone it to a residential, if we don't approve rezoning to a residential zoning, you can build a business property there.
Right.
And that is against what our master plan says. Our master plan literally says we need to encourage this. And I think if we really look at the master plan, taking that district, that whole district from B2 to the residential classes, whether it be RM1 or R1, that is the direction to go. It brings us closer to that, but we can't deny a rezoning based on what somebody might build. We have to base our decision on what our master plan says. And you can't force somebody to go to from the least restrictive zoning to the most restrictive zoning. You can't make them do that. So it's been discussed. I know the residents have brought it up. The planning commission they had, what do you want to call it? Mixed feelings on the whole thing. These are legacy zoning issues that if they had been corrected the last time that these properties came up to be rezoned, we wouldn't be having this discussion today.
And the master plan issue in the first place. I mean, it expired. If we had gone through this process of having a new master plan in place when it was supposed to, back in, 2021?
Yeah.
Then maybe these issues could have been fixed back then as well. And the fact that it wasn't done leaves us stuck in this position now of...
I have to take emotion. I have to take what I think out of the decision process. And I have to look at what the law says.
Not just you, Greg, but we all...
Well, we all should.
We all have to take emotion out of it, and we have to look at this in a legal aspect. What can we legally make them do? What can we legally approve?
The benefit of having a planning commission is they still get their say to a degree within our zoning guidelines of what gets built there. One of the things is it's not a high density, it's the master plan says 1 to 3 units per acre. How many acres is that? Is that like 1 point something acres?
Yeah.
So they still have control and guidance over what actually goes there. That's built into our zoning laws. And with the master plan stating what it states, we have to follow the master plan. And that was stated many times during those public hearings. And I think the residents look at the word residential and it's automatically assumed, oh, that's supposed to be a single family house. Well, residential is residential. That includes both zoning. We only have 6 different zonings in our community. We're not like, let's say, I'll use Chesterfield as an example. I mean, they have different zoning for large apartment complexes, like what used to be called, well, I think it's Aspen Creek now. That's a different zoning class than what our RM1 would be. We don't have that kind of zoning in this community. So we're limited to what our zoning ordinances allow. And where we're at with that. And the general public has to understand that. We have to follow the framework of our master plan and the zoning laws. We can't get around that. Again, it's a legacy zoning issue that possibly could have been corrected in the past, and it wasn't. And that's why we're dealing with this today. I will mention that, one of the concerns from the public is that Mr. Iannucci did not live here, so it did not affect him. I will let you know that he is now a full-time resident of Cottrellville Township. So he will be living here full-time. And this is directly across the street from his house. So whether that shouldn't influence the decision, but the residents should know that he's a full-time resident now. So it does affect him just like it affects everybody else. Anything else to add?
I have a question. So the two previous addresses, they look like they're all right next door to each other. So they're being zoned like R1, right?
That's what they chose to rezone to, yeah.
Okay, because that's why I'm like, well, if they're all right next to it, why wouldn't this one be R1 too? I'm just trying to understand.
Well, because they were non-conforming properties, and they were doing, for example, the Jarvises were doing extensive repairs to a property that's a non-conforming property. And in order for me to allow the building department to allow a large portion, I mean, essentially everybody can see it's being completely reconstructed. That violates the actual ordinances on non-conforming properties in the B1 district.
Yeah, and
they
went to R1. But
they could have went to RM1. I told them,
Okay.
and the same thing with Rachel. Rachel could have went to RM1.
Yeah.
They've had that option.
It's basically their choice,
Okay,
and
that's what I was.
they filled out the application, that's
So,
what they put.
and we can't force Mr. Iannucci to go all the way down to R1. He's in the highest class. He's requesting to go to residential, which fits with the master plan and the direction. So we can't force somebody to go to the most restrictive class.
That's what I was curious about.
And we can't really legally deny somebody to go to what the master plan is directing them to go to anyway, which is residential. Since we're talking about this, I'll open this up one more time for brief comments if anybody else has anything to add from the public. If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Are
to-
you making a motion?
What's that? I'll make the motion.
Hang on.
I mean, there is a concern about the description of units, and I realize that doesn't come up until a development proposal is in.
What's that?
There's always been a concern about the number, what is meant by units? Is a unit a
That you,
individual home within, or is it
No, units are defined-
four homes within one unit? This is what we don't know. If there was a threat to have 27 units.
under our zoning,
Wasn't there it listed in here?
It's right here. It says, no site plan or concept was submitted, however, a building with 4 housing units, so a building with 4 housing units, so that's all under one roof, would align with the master plan density maximum of 3 units per acre, because it's 1.35 acres. And it is able to be constructed on this property with adequate parking and green space.
so, the fear of 27 units, 30 units, 80 units, so our zoning laws are clear.
So they'd only be able to be,
Without exceptions or from the planning commission, it'd probably be limited to 4 units based on our zoning.
And our
But that doesn't
master
mean he
plan.
can't ask for one more unit and exceptions be made if whatever. We don't know what he's gonna propose. And we can't make our decision based on what might be. It's
Right.
dirt. And it follows the master plan.
So the planning commission, like it's been said before, still has limitations. They get to choose, or they get to
Review the site plans.
review and deny if it does not meet our master plan and it does not meet our zoning ordinances. So it will still go through the review process.
Just because he gets rezoned doesn't mean he gets to build whatever he wants.
No.
So, with that, I'll make a motion to approve the amendment from B2 to RM1 for parcel ID number 17-769-005-001, formerly known as 8528 North River Road. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg,
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah,
Yes.
Lisa.
No.
Oh, Chris, sorry.
Yes.
I just expected you to.
Motion carries.
All right.
I'll just add, that it falls on me as the township supervisor, all legal challenges or legal authority, that falls on me. If this board denied this, there is 100% chance of a lawsuit. And that lawsuit would be lost based on the law. And that's where my decision comes from. I have to protect the township from that. So that's why my vote was a yes. Moving on. Item number 11, discussion of payoff of the water district bonds and approval of resolution R-2026-01. I'll let you take this one and then I'll give you your good jobs after.
We're we have some water bonds that we are going to pay off, and it's gonna save the township a lot of money. I should say the water district fund. It's gonna save a lot of money too. There's 2 of them that we're paying off. And yeah, we've got the county on board. We have to, essentially what happened is the county took out a loan on our behalf and we pay back the county. So the county's gonna pay off that loan, we're gonna pay the county back, and yeah, we'll be done making those payments every year.
And just so you guys put this in perspective, when this board took office, we were informed that the 2028 and 2029, or the 2008 and 2009 water bonds, 2008 was going to be $110,000 short at payoff time in 2028, and 2009's was going to be $127,000 short, which we would have to take out of our general fund. By paying these bonds off now, we cut that roughly in half.
And it's gonna end up saving us, and sorry I pulled out my phone, but I have the numbers. It's gonna end up saving us $58,000 over,
2 years.
yeah.
Well, plus with our wonderful treasurer, who just has the knack for the investment income, the money that that's still going to come in, we're still going to be short, so we're not making money on it, but we still collect the money on those bonds from the residents that still owe on those assessments. We'll be able to cut that gap some more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just a preliminary savings.
Yeah, it doesn't completely get rid of our issues, but it
No, but
helps us.
it cuts it way down, and it puts us in a better financial position in our water funds. And it doesn't affect us dramatically today as far as loss of capital to use if needed. The county's already holding over $500,000, so it's a couple $100,000 out of our water fund, our enterprise fund, to cover that. I commend these two for putting this together and working on this as a team. Sarah finding the amounts and getting this done. We have water issues. We have enterprise fund issues in our water districts. anywhere we can save money and any way we can do that to prevent us from keep going, every year we're in a deficit, something has to change. And I'm finding this ability to save this money, I just can't thank you guys enough. I mean, we were worried about it last April when we did or last February and March when we did the budget hearings, and it was a real concern. So I want to thank you guys for fixing that issue.
I yell at you when you do something wrong, we better clap for you when you do something good.
Yeah, right?
With that, is there anything anyone else has any questions on?
So it looks like you're gonna have it done by March 30th, is that, yeah?
We're trying to get it done before our fiscal year end,
Awesome,
so then we can just go into the new year with it all taken care of.
cool.
Yep.
With that, I will entertain a motion to approve resolution R-2026-01 to pay off these water district bonds.
I will make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second, yeah.
Okay.
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg?
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carries. Discussion of the proposed holiday pay policy. Doesn't affect
Sarah
me.
again.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we've only got, there's 4 people in the office who are hourly employees, everyone else is on salary. So, we work 24 hours a week, there's no benefits, there's no holiday pay, there's no sick pay other than the mandatory
Earned sick time.
leave that we give them.
Hey guys in the hallway, I'm sorry. Can you guys keep it down? Thank you.
So what I was proposing is to pay our hourly employees for the holidays that the office is closed for. And it's not gonna affect our budget at all, because when we make our budget for their pay, it's based on them working the 24 hours every single week. So it's not gonna have any effect on the budget. And I had put in there that they'll only get paid for the holiday if it lands on a day that we're actually open. So if it lands on a Friday, then they won't get paid for the holiday. Also, 2 days a week we're open for the full hours, 9 to 5, and 2 days a week we're open from 8 until noon. So if it lands on like a Tuesday or Thursday when we're working a half day, then they only get a half day of pay. So then that way they're not taking a hit every single time that our office is closed for a holiday.
They already don't make a lot of money.
No, there's really not too many benefits to working at the township. There's no, like, you don't get sick time, you don't get holiday pay, you don't get, there's no insurance, there's no, like, there's really no benefits to it. So this is just something to show our
Appreciation
employees.
for the work that they're
Yes.
doing. So, any questions from any of you guys?
I'll make
How
the
many days
motion
actually
to
are there?
approve
How
the,
many what?
How many days would there be? Like,
It's
probably
all
like 4 or
for
something.
how
For
many
the whole
paid
calendar?
holidays off?
Yeah, probably not many, right?
No, it might be 2 or 3.
It's
if
not-
that.
It's 11.
It's the list.
It's
on
the whole list.
I can.
I'm not sure how many of those, I didn't do the research to
Oh,
see how
okay.
many are actually land like this year
Yeah,
on
that's
one
what
of the
I was wondering.
days.
That's all.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But we go off of when the county's closed is the
Oh, okay.
the days that we're closed. So
Okay.
But yeah, if there are no other questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the holiday pay policy for the hourly employees. Do I have a motion?
I will make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg?
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah?
yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item H13, approval to pay for the quarterly meeting of luncheon for the Clerks Association. I believe that's you and
Myself and my deputy typically attend.
and then we approve this every quarter, so
It's the educational luncheon. It's not, I mean, we don't just go and hang out. There's always education involved, so
I
I would appreciate it if the board would allow us to go again.
I'll make the motion to approve paying for the clerk and the deputy, the clerk and the deputy clerk to go to their quarterly
So it's the cost of registration and
Mileage.
cost registration and mileage.
Alright.
Do I have a second?
Yep, I'll second.
Right?
All in favor by roll call vote, please.
Greg?
Yes.
Angela, yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number H14. We had a request last year, and we were new. This is a request from the Council on Aging serving St. Clair County. We had a request last year, and because we were new, we had just went to some training that said we can't donate money or give money to nonprofits from the township. What they're asking is the proper way to do this is to enter into a contract with a nonprofit for services rendered to the residents of this community. They do a wonderful job serving the senior population of our community. They the membership at Washington Life Center continues to increase. They're serving over 10,000 local seniors, and I think this includes Meals on Wheels. I mean, isn't that part of this?
It is.
Yeah.
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 Lisa would know more.
And it serves some of our residents. What they're asking for is for us to appropriate money, and they didn't ask for a certain amount of money. The previous boards usually give about $500 to help offset their costs. And the way to do that properly is to enter a contract for providing the terms of the appropriation. And that's authorized by S400.571, 1981, number 5842P, page 19. So they're asking us to consider an appropriation. I believe the amount that used to be given was 500.
Yeah.
I'll open it up for any kind of discussions if anybody is opposed to this, and if anybody has a fair amount.
So it's like a contract, sort of like we do with the Friends of the St. Clair River?
Exactly. And they provide services to our residents, and they're just asking for us to help offset those costs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Don't we already have a millage though? That
For seniors?
for seniors that it pays for the
I don't
Meals
know.
on Wheels and it does
You
all
would
of
know
that.
that.
Okay, so we do. And my point is that we do already pay a millage
Yes.
to seniors.
Where, do you know by any chance where the county sends any of that millage money to?
I write the check and send it to them. I don't know. After that, I don't know what they do with it. I just know it's labeled senior.
Yeah, so I wonder how much of that money.
I mean, I'm sure.
I'm not against, okay, this is my thing. I'm not against making a contribution. I'm not against that. But my thing is I see people in here every single day upset about their taxes going up $100 and essentially it's not us making this contribution. This is a contribution coming out of our general fund that comes from the taxpayers. And so, like, I just had a lady in here today that was really upset that between her SEV going up and she was upset about her tax bill. I think it went up $200. So that's my only concern, I guess, with making a donation, and it's not like $500 spread across all of the residents of Cottrellville is really that much, but that's where my concern comes from.
I understand your concern, and I understand that concern. And my thought is if we don't contribute $500, how long is it before they come to us and the entire community and put it on the ballot again to raise their village to cover some of their losses? I mean, I'm sure they do donations, and I know the community foundation.
And then I honestly, like, from talking to taxpayers all day long, I almost feel like they'd enjoy that more because then it's in their hands, their power to make that decision whether the senior millage is going to go up.
I get it.
Like, I'm okay either way, whatever everyone wants
It's
to do.
500. They used to do $500.
Yeah.
Well,
How long have we been giving
I'm gonna do a straw poll. I'm gonna do a hair
I don't know
split.
how long, but I know last year, I was advised at one of the MTA meetings that we weren't allowed
To donate.
to donate any money to anything. And so when this came up last year, it was the first year ever that we said no to it.
Well, so.
But since then, they've cited the law that allows us to do that.
Right, but I'm wondering, and I agree with you, so we do different community events. Couldn't we put something out that said donations to the Washington Life Center? Or not? So that people could choose to put $20 in there?
I mean,
We
if
definitely
we
could.
did,
We can invite them to set up a table that they could collect their own donations.
That's what I mean, like.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, because that would entail us, if we did something like that, that would entail us creating a different fund number that would go directly.
And then
to
the
them.
funds have to come in through us and then cycle back.
Oh, so they couldn't run a table or something?
They
at
could run
their
a table,
event.
yeah, no, they could run their own table and collect their own donations.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, but.
My question is, I'm gonna do a straw poll, we have a couple seniors. Would you be opposed to the township donating, or not donating, but entering into a contract to give the Council on Aging $500 this year to support senior services throughout our community?
I'm not aware of the whole picture. Just.
Okay.
Anybody?
Eddie? I mean, I'm asking, because you guys are the ones that showed up tonight, so I'm asking you. You know,
Well, I think Sarah's points are well taken, and then we need to look at what exactly is involved with the county, how much of that millage is going towards possibly.
well, they get 100% of that village.
Can you please let me?
Well, does this specific organization get that money?
That's what we need is actual information, and then discuss to see if and when and how.
It's in the administration building, so it's part of the Port Huron
No, this is
District
in-
Office Senior Center 600. I mean, it's up to you guys. We can table it until you guys get more information. They sent us the letter. Last year we said no, and that was the first time that we haven't given. So,
We can table it.
I mean, you want
I
to
mean,
table it?
one more month isn't gonna hurt.
No,
No. So,
table it.
then, let's just table this till next month, till we can get some more information on it and see how much tax money they're getting and, you know, without doing a full audit on the Council on Aging. You know, see if it'll benefit them and what they use those funds for. So, motion to table till next month?
I'll motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor by all in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number H15, Mr. Treadway. Last month, we voted to start proceedings, turn it over to the attorney to start proceedings for shutdown for nuisance per se. You know, just to remind everybody, his site plan was revoked. He didn't get his new site plan approved because he did not complete the requirements of that site plan. Lawfully, I have to give him a chance to appeal that decision. Joe, you got anything to say?
Yes. Joe Treadway, 8494 River Road. I had a building inspector out there, I had the fire marshal. Unless you got a newer list on the violations, everything's been done except 2 items. And I paid my taxes today, and I'm being charged twice for garbage, for refuse pickup.
Can I see what your receipt of what you paid?
Absolutely.
Because I don't think you paid any of the legal fees. I think you left it out.
If you look down here, it says refuge,
Yes, so that, yes.
and I have a contract with my trash provider
Yeah.
to pick up my own, so I'm being charged, I pay it, and I'm being charged by the township.
Yeah, yeah, correct, and that was addressed today, that's because you've never came in and gave us all the businesses in the area provide us with the contract showing us it, and then that's how we know to take it off of your bill.
Okay.
So as soon as you give us that will be taken off of your bill. So I'm trying to figure out. This, then you paid. Did they say you were all caught up today when you paid this?
That is correct.
Okay, so you paid the legal fee part.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Fair enough.
all right.
On the building officials list and the planning commission's list for your new site plan,
Yes.
what items are not completed?
Well, as for the last one, I have one piece of material next to the building, and I have a trash dumpster that's not enclosed.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna call my refuge provider and take the trash dumpster out. I'm gonna start using garbage cans. Why should I pay twice for garbage? Doesn't
So
make sense.
you wanna leave the charge on here and use our garbage service?
Sure, absolutely.
Perfect.
And then there's not an issue with my dumpster enclosure, correct?
Okay. What was the other items that Nick?
The only thing that Nick told me was, I have a piece of equipment next to the building.
Okay, well, he had said something about a gate? Is there supposed to be a completion with a gate to the back?
You approved the fence permit, and there was nothing about a gate.
Okay, I'll have to look at that.
Okay,
So the fence is complete?
that is correct.
Did you cut down the tire rack?
Yes, it's already been gone,
That's already been
4 or 5
gone?
months ago.
I'm not sure that was 5 months ago. Because last meeting.
October.
Last meeting, we had pictures taken that day that the tire rack was
Well, the tire
still
rack is gone.
above. So the tire rack has been completely
Completely
moved from?
removed.
As of what day? Sorry.
I don't remember. It's been down for about 60 days.
Okay. Well, if it was that day,
So,
it was that day.
again, that day, last meeting,
It was still there.
it was still there because the pictures were taken and brought
Okay.
to us at the meeting. So that's.
If you go there tomorrow, the tire rack's gone.
What about following the guidelines of the excessive amount of cars double parked in the parking lot? I mean, you and I had that discussion.
Well, according to the site plan, original site plan, I'm allowed 1 car per 100 square feet. My building's 50 by 50. I've not exceeded that yet.
Well, the problem we have is that they're not transient cars.
Do what?
They're not transient cars. They don't come in and get repaired and leave. Some of the cars are still sitting there since last November in the same spot. And you and I have, we've had this conversation.
I have 2 cars that is correct. I have 2 cars that's been there about 7 months, okay? Both of them are military people. They're in the reserves. They're down there protecting our country. As soon as they come back, they can pick their cars up. One guy owes me money for it.
And then the other issue we have is with, and we've talked about this, is you've got a parking area and we've got cars and some trailers just kind of all mishmashed in there, and then other cars in front of that, in front of those cars, and it's unsightly, and that's what the neighbors are complaining about.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do? That's what the purpose of the fence was, is to eliminate that in your original site plan 5 years ago, was to have that fencing in there so that those cars that you were waiting to work on could be stored back there and not cause an unsightly site for the neighbors on a daily basis and the community at large. I mean, you know, Joe, we get a lot of complaints. I mean, it's almost daily. So
I get a lot of compliments on my improving property too.
I need to know what your plan is so that we can fix this problem. We've been working together for a year. So we got you this far. What do we need to get you the rest of the way? What do you need? What do you need from us to help you?
Okay. I have an issue with one of my towing companies. They'll bring a car and they'll tow it to my facility when I'm home in my residence. I come in the morning and it could be anywhere. They even take the keys with them. I call dispatch, he say, come over here and come and get the keys. I said, I'm not driving and spending an hour to go get a set of keys for a car I'm supposed to repair that your driver neglected to put in my key box or leave it in the car or anything. I don't know how to correct that. I'm open for suggestions.
I'm gonna come to a walk around.
Okay?
You and I will look at the situation before I have the attorney move forward.
Okay.
I will bring Nick with me,
Okay.
because I already know the fire chief's been there. And if we do not come to an agreement on how we can fix this, a compromise, then I will take the direction of this board and have the attorney move forward with nuisance per se.
Can you put a date deadline on that?
I'm gonna come next week. We'll pick a
Okay.
day. I will call you.
Okay, I appreciate
tomorrow,
that.
And we'll pick a day next week. That way, I can report to my fellow board members next month, whether you and I and Nick
Okay.
come to an agreement to keep you in business.
Absolutely.
Okay? I appreciate you coming in today and paying the rest of the taxes. That shows good faith on your part. That may have influenced, it may have influence on the decision.
Well, I was raised to pay my debts.
Okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow, we'll set up a meeting,
Absolutely.
and I'll report to you guys at the next board meeting, the results. Is everybody okay with that? I don't think we need to take another vote on anything.
Can
Huh?
you have a report for us at those budget meetings?
That's February 18th.
Because that all happens before the next board meeting. There's
Can I get-
February 18th.
Can I take a look at something?
I'll
For
give
the
you guys
last
a
4 years, have I been paying my trash pickup
So there's,
Yes, you
double
have.
for the last 4 years?
Yes.
I
Okay,
can
thank
give you
you.
guys a report. All right, here's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna assume if you've never come in and brought that piece of paper that shows.
I didn't know that. I understand that.
I don't have it in front of me, but I'm gonna.
And I
say
don't
that.
either, and that's why I just asked you politely
Yes.
if we could take a look at that. Okay, I didn't know that until today when you told me that, and I looked down here and I thought, trash pickup, I mean,
And you know, Mr. Treadway, if you do end up getting rid of the dumpster and using the garbage that you already pay for through the township, we have, and the.
I have my own dumpster barrels.
Okay, I was gonna say, we got some here that
Yes.
are.
Well, and keep in mind, if you do that you're going to need to keep that in a place. The reason for the dumpster enclosure is to keep animals and whatnot out of that. So
I understand.
you're gonna have to keep those in a place, and then Nick and I we'll discuss with you where that place is gonna be.
Right.
So that it doesn't upset the neighbors anymore.
Okay.
And again, I am doing my best to appease the community.
I'll make your job easier if I know what I'm supposed to do.
All right, we'll get together, I'll call you tomorrow, we'll set up a
Okay.
day next week. And that way I'll make a motion to accept my report on February 18th of what we decide, what needs to be done for Mr. Treadway. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. That ends new business. We'll move on to item I, public comments. Now is the time to say whatever you want. Anybody have anything to say? I'm opening up public comments. Oh, let me dismiss that at 7:58. Going once, going twice, sold. Closing public comments at 7:58. I'll open it up for board comments and announcements. First, I'll do board comments. We'll start. Lisa, you got anything you want to say or address? Or?
What are you doing with planning commission?
What's that?
So I understand there's not a planning commission meeting this month, so how are you moving forward? Like, is McKenna working on the master plan on the side?
McKenna is working on the master
Or-
plan. They're getting maps together so that we can start discussing those issues. There was nothing on the agenda for the planning commission, the current planning commission this month. At the next month's board meeting, we will appoint the members of the planning commission. And we have to wait for the 63 days from the new planning commission ordinance, for the ordinance to take effect. And they will hold their first meeting at the end of March. They'll have to adopt their bylaws, elect their officers. There will be one item on the agenda, at least for that board meeting, and that has to do with Cordis Brothers. They have a site plan review on a temporary building that they had put up. As far as anything else right now, that's all we've got for the planning commission. McKenna will probably be there at that time to discuss the progress on the master plan. Now that we got the Parks and Rec plan done, they're putting full swing into the master plan. So, that's that. Anything else? Sarah? Nothing? Chris?
Nothing.
Angela?
Now you make me rack my brain.
Man, you guys always make me do this. I'll make the couple announcements first. We're always looking for volunteers. Please contact me for more information. Got a couple upcoming community workshops. Last year we had 2 budget workshops that no one in the community attended, not one person. So we've got 2 again this year. The first one will be February 18th. The first part of the meeting is going to start at 5:30 and it's going to go to 6:15. We're going to spend 45 minutes on the water and sewer rates. We've got increases that are coming from the outside communities to our water rates, and we have to figure out how much we have to raise our water rates to cover those increases. And like I say, we've got some infrastructure issues that we're going to be discussing. They're getting the cost on those right now, and I will be requesting federal appropriations to make that. Basically, we have 13 miles of water mains that are junk. Obviously, this year we spent well over $200,000 fixing water main breaks.
Is Chris or Nick gonna be at that meeting?
I think they're going to be available at that meeting because Chris is going to have the numbers of what our rates are going to have to be increased to cover that. We should also have the cost because I have to apply for those federal appropriations by March 6th. They moved it up on us a month, so I'm under the gun on that. Thank God I don't have to have actual quotes when I make these federal appropriations requests. We will be putting in for 2 projects. One is the possible 13 miles water relining, and another is on River Road. We have several lateral lines which are 2 inches, and up till now the township has been doing them a couple a year at our cost. And when I say lateral line replacement is we've got the new water, we've got the water main that runs along the road, but then we have water mains that run along, or water lateral lines, 2-inch lines, and a lot of these provide very low water pressure for the residences. So a little bit at a time, we've been replacing the lines from the main at the road to the water box at the house. I've asked Nick and Chris and Dulude to get the numbers together for me to know what a total project to replace all of that's going to be, which would be roughly $3 to $5 million, and that will be one of 2 federal appropriations requests I put in on before March 6th. Like I said, I'm under the gun because I got an email on Thursday that they moved it up from the middle of April to March 6th, and I think that has to do with the federal budget process and what's going on with the federal budgets and the government shutdowns. So those are 2 of the things that we should have costs on at that meeting. And then then the second part of the meeting, we'll talk about the new budget and what our priorities are going to be for the coming budget year. And then we have another meeting on March 4th, which will be 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., which will just do a final budget review. That way, when we can bring the budget in front of the March board meeting and approve it. We don't have to rush and cringe and call a special meeting at the end of the month to approve it before the March 31st deadline. It worked well last year. We were able to get it done. I've been working on the budget for the last month and a half. And we're in good shape. I mean, this year we were tight, but we made it. I mean, we did pretty good. I'll just say, we're gonna keep being transparent, honest, and open. I'm not gonna stop putting out the information that I put out. People can say whatever they want about me. Yeah, I got thick skin. I got no whiskey bottles under the desk, and I got no drugs on the table. So, I mean, we can clear that issue up right now. We need to come together as a community. This attacking the public officials for actually doing their job needs to stop. It's ridiculous.
I think it's just a couple idiots. Anonymous.
I will not change who I am. I will not stop telling you guys what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on, and that's it. we don't have to get upset about it. You know, I have a legal obligation to hear everything. I can't just say, I'll get out of my office. I have to listen to it. And when I hear something, I pass on the information. You guys are gonna hear about it. You know, trust that we're going to do the proper procedures. We're going to do everything the way it needs to be done. If public hearings need to be held, they're going to be held. If I need to put a committee together, I need the residents to join these committees. Do not worry about one or two people that attack the volunteers of this community. And you know who you are. That's why people don't want to volunteer. You're stalking and harassing them. Knock it off. I need the people of this community to get on board helping fix what we're doing. There's reasons we have zoning issues. Because nobody wanted to fix them in the past. We need to fix them now. So again, don't let a couple knuckleheads keep you from helping this community. That's all I'm going to say on that issue. There's no other news. There's nothing to add to that. This proposal could have been hogwash. I've been talking with the feds. I've been talking with the state level legislators. I've talked to Eagle. I've talked to the Michigan Economic Development Authority. They made a proposal. That's it. I've said before we'll even have another meeting, there's about $500 to $2 million worth of studies that they would have to do. That's even before we even had another meeting. Is it going to happen? I doubt it. So I'm going to leave it at that. I will tell everybody whatever I know when I know it. That's not going to change. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion adjourned.
The preceding program was produced by CTV Community Television. CTV Community Television is supported by the cities of Marine City and St. Clair, East China Township, Cottrellville Township, and the East China School District.